Welcome, everyone. Today, we're taking a whirlwind trip to the bottom of the world, exploring three regions that are just, well, they're incredibly unique. We're going to see everything from vibrant coral reefs and tiny tropical islands, all the way to a continent that's almost completely buried in ice. So, you ready to dive in? We're about to head out on a virtual journey across some of the most amazing landscapes on the entire planet. And you know what the best part is? No 20-hour flights needed. Our first stop, the land down under. And here we are, Australia, a place of just incredible contrasts and home to things you literally won't find anywhere else on Earth. Okay, get this. This is something that makes Australia totally one of a kind. Think about it for a second. Every other continent on the planet has a whole bunch of different countries, right? But not Australia. It's the only place that is both a single country and an entire continent. That unique status just sets it apart right from the very beginning. And to really wrap your head around the sheer scale of it, take a look at this. Land-wise, Australia is about the same size as the continental United States. But its population is smaller than just the state of Texas. Can you even imagine that much wide open space? And the diversity here is just mind-blowing. In the middle, you've got the famous outback, this massive, super hot red soil desert. Then you jump over to the coast and there's the Great Barrier Reef, a living thing so gigantic you can actually see it from space. And of course, because Australia was so isolated for millions of years, it's home to some of the weirdest and most wonderful animals you'll ever see. All right, from Australia, let's head east out into the massive Pacific Ocean. Our next stop is Oceania, a huge region that's made up of thousands, and I mean thousands, of islands. Now, you might be wondering, how do you even keep track of all those islands? Well, geographers have a system. They group them into three main regions, based on things like location and culture. You've got Melanesia, which means black islands, Micronesia, or small islands, and Polynesia, which, you guessed it, means many islands. But here's something that's super important to understand. Not all islands are created equal. Their geology makes a world of difference. See, you have high islands, which were formed by volcanoes. They're mountainous, they're lush, and they're fantastic for farming. And then you have low islands, which are basically built up from coral reefs. They're flat, sandy, and don't have a lot of resources. That one simple difference pretty much shapes every aspect of life there. Okay, for our final destination, we are heading to the most extreme continent on the entire planet. So you might want to grab a jacket as we journey south, way south, to Antarctica. When I say extreme, I'm not kidding. Antarctica holds the official world records for all three of these. There is literally nowhere else on Earth that is colder, drier, and windier. It's truly a land of superlatives. And just look at this number. That ice sheet covering the continent, on average, it's over 2 miles thick. That is an almost unimaginable amount of ice. In fact, it holds about 70% of all the fresh water in the entire world. So I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, how can a place covered in all that ice be a desert? Well, see, the definition of a desert isn't about heat. It's about how much precipitation it gets. And because it's so incredibly cold, Antarctica gets almost no new snow or rain, which makes it the world's largest and coldest desert. And here's what might be the most unique thing of all. Antarctica is a continent with no country. Nobody lives there permanently. There are no cities, no towns. The only people you'll find are scientists, living in research stations, all working together under a treaty that saves the whole continent just for peaceful research. Pretty cool, right? And hey, before we wrap up, let's just clear up a really common mistake. If you go to Antarctica, yes, you will see tons of adorable penguins. But if you're hoping to spot a polar bear, you are on the wrong side of the planet. They live way up north in the Arctic, literally a world away. And just like that, our journey comes to an end. We have gone from the blistering hot red desert of the Australian outback to the vast frozen desert of Antarctica, with a stop at thousands of beautiful islands in between. What a trip! So as you start to learn more about this incredible region, I want to leave you with one final question to think about. From kangaroos hopping through the desert to penguins sliding on the ice, how does life find a way to not just survive, but actually thrive in places that are so extreme?